So multiplication of surd. We say that if the first two rules on surd explained earlier, which I just did earlier, should be carefully studied again before carrying out multiplication. Remember, in terms of multiplying, you are technically simplifying alongside, and the same thing goes with the division. So let us take simplify root 45 times root 28. Simplify root 45 times root 28. Let me be sure. 45 times root 28. Okay, in 45, we simplify. What do we do then? We have our 45 here. I think that is 9. 45 divided by 5 is 9. So this gives us 9. And let's call it 3 go here, give us 3. 3 go here, 1. So this is 9 times 5 for that. So now I have my roots. 9 times 5 will give me this. Times 28. 28. 2 goes there will give me 14. 2 go here will give me 7. 7 go here will give me 1. So this is 4 and 7. So 4 times 7 will give me 28. Now, if that is true, let's break it down. I have this as root 9 times root 5 times root 4 times root 7. That is the multiplication law permits that. I have to break them out. So root 9 itself is 3 times root 5 times root 4 is 2 times root 7. These two numbers cannot be simplified further. So 3 times 2 first is 6 times root 5 times 7. So this is 6 root 5 times 7 is 35. And I know I cannot break 35 further to give me a simpler variable. So that becomes my answer. So let's take another example. Root 60 times root 180 divided by root 75. Root 75. Now, I can take it, instead of simplifying it, I can just multiply through and get to a common base and proceed. 60 times 180, let me make it in bigger form. 60 times 180. Okay, here I have root 10,800 over root 75. Now, division law still permits me to say root 10,800 divided by 75 will give me 144, root 144. And root 144 is 12. It's a perfect square. So we have root 144. That gives me 12. So I can easily take that. I multiply these two. Multiplication law permits that. Divide by root 75. Division law takes that. So this is what I have, and I can put it in this same form. When I divide it, I have root 144. And root 144 divide, the root of 144 is 12. That is a perfect square. Okay. Let's go down to root rationalization. So, we talk about surd rationalization. Rationalization of surd is concerned with the process of removing irrational number from the denominator. So, when the variable at the denominator is irrational, we remove it. And that is how it goes. So let's start with the easiest one we can begin with. 2 over 5 root 3 over 1. 2 over 5 root 3. In surd, once you have a root sign at the denominator, which is irrational, you must remove this variable. So to rationalize this means you have to multiply this root sign both up and down. So I have times root 3 over root 3. 2 times root 3 is 2 root 3 over 5 root 3 times 3 is, root 3 times root 3 is 3. Alright? The root of 3 times another root of 3 gives us 3. So we now have 5 times 3. So this is 2 root 3 over 15. That is our answer. We cannot cancel anything further. Don't forget that the root of two numbers which are the same, when you multiply them together, you get this, it becomes a normal number. So let's take another example. Evaluate 3 over root 3 plus root 2. Root 3 plus root 2. Okay, now, in this, we are going to rationalize by multiplying this up and down. But at the same time, we have to look for the conjugate of this. The conjugate of this is minus. So this becomes, this times root 3 minus root 2, both up and down. Root 3 minus root 2. So 3 times root 3 is 3 root 3. 3 times minus root 2 is minus 3 root 2. Over root 3 times root 3 is 3. Root 3 times minus root 2 is minus root 6. Because 3 times 2 in multiplication is minus root 6. Plus root 2 times root 3 is plus root 6. And plus root 2 times minus root 2 is minus 2. Now we move on. This is the same as 3 root 3 minus 3 root 2 over this minus root 6 plus root 6. They are the same, so they will cancel. So I now have 3 minus 2. So in that sense, I have 3 root 3 minus 3 root 2 over 3 minus 2 is 1. I have two variables which are common. This is the same thing as 3 root 3 minus 3 root 2. Now, there is 3 here, there is 3 here. I can easily see 3 open brackets, root 3 minus root 2. This and this are all the same. Okay, let's take another example in rationalization. They say we should simplify simplify 1 over 1 minus, what is it? 1 minus root 3 all squared. Normally, if not for the square sign, we are just supposed to rationalize this by changing their conjugate and we proceed. Let's be certain, 1 minus root 3 all squared. So for us to be able to solve this, it means that 1 minus root 3 are in two places. So let me simplify that first before we move further. Alright? So by simplifying that, I have 1 minus root 3, 1 minus root 3. I want to expatiate, to simplify this. So 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times minus root 3 is minus root 3. Minus root 3 times 1 is minus root 3. Minus root 3, minus root 3 times 1 is minus root 3. Minus root 3 times minus root 3 is plus 3. Alright. In this sense, 1 plus 3 here is 4. Minus root 3 minus root 3 is minus 2 root 3. Minus root 3 is 1. Minus root 3 again. Like minus 1 minus 1 is minus 2. So I have minus root 3 minus root 3 is minus 2 root 3. So now I have to proceed. 1 over, I'm bringing it back, 4 minus 2 root 3. I have to simplify by getting with their conjugate. So this is times 4 minus 2 root 3 over, sorry, this is plus 4 plus 2 root 3. 1 times 4 is 4. Plus 1 times 2 root 3 is the same. Over 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 2 root 3 is plus 8 root 3. Minus 2 root 3 times 4 is minus 8 root 3. Minus 2 root 3 times, okay, minus 2 root 3 times plus 2 root 3 is minus times plus is minus. 2 times 2 is 4 times 3. Root 3 times root 3 is 3. So I come back here, I have 4 plus 2 root 3. Now this and this are the same. I cancel these two. This is 16 minus 12. 16 minus 12 is 4. This minus 12, yes, is 4. So I can easily come here. I have 4 plus 2 root 3 over 4. This is the same thing as saying 4 over 4 plus 2 root 3 over 4. And this is 1 plus 1, 2. So this becomes root 3 over 2. So in this sense, this is what it is. This is our final answer. Now, let's proceed. Let's take another variable. Evaluate 2 plus root 3. 2 plus root 3 over, what is it? 2 plus root 3 over root 2 minus root 3 over root 2 minus root 3. So the conjugate here is times root 2 plus root 3 over root 2 plus root 3. Now we expatiate. 2 times root 2 is 2 root 2. 2 times root 3 is plus 2 root 3. Root 3 times root 2 is plus root 6. 3 times 3 becomes plus 3. Root 3 times root 3 is 3. Don't forget that. We'll come back here. Root 2 times root 2 is 2. Root 2 times plus root 3 becomes plus root 6. Minus root 3 times root 6 becomes minus root 6. Minus root 3 times plus root 3 is minus 3. Okay. Let us move. Now I have 2 root 2 plus 2 root 3 plus 6 plus root 6 plus 3 all over. These two will cancel out to become 0. 2 minus 3 is minus 1. So I can easily say I have minus 1, 2 root 2 plus 2 root 3 plus root 6 plus 3 as my answer. Or better still, we leave it like this. Anyone would choose to deal with. Now, let us take another example and move on with it. Express 14 minus 8 root 60. 14 minus 8 root 60 over 6 root 20. 6 root 20 minus 10 root 2 minus 10 root 2. 0 root 2 root 12, sorry. In the form a root 5 plus b root 3 plus b root 3. So they are telling us that the form in which we have to leave our answer must be in this manner. So a root 5 means that at the end we are going to have answer where our answer is going to be in the form where there will be a root 5 and there will be a root 3. Whatever is attached to that root 5 becomes our a. Whatever is attached to that root 3 becomes our b. That is what they are saying. So let us go on and simplify. Okay, here we begin. 14 minus 8 root 60. I come back here. 62 here will give us 30. 2 here will give us 15. And what again? 5 here will give us 3. Yeah, and 3 here will give us 1. So it's 4 times 15. So here is 4 times 15 over 6 root 20 is 4 times 5 will give us 20 minus 10 root 12 is 4 times 3 will give us 12. So let's continue with our simplification first and see what we get. Here is 14 minus 8 times root 4 times root 15. Remember that, we have explained that earlier. Over, here is 6 times root 4 times root 5 minus 10 times root 4 times root 3. So, here, we are almost having something very close here. Let's go on. We have here as 14 minus 8 times root 4 is 2 times root 15 over 6 times root 4 is 2 times root 5 minus 10 times root 4 is 2 times root 3. Let's come back. So now we have 14 minus 16 root 15 over 12, 6 times 2 is 12, root 5, minus 10 times 2 is 20, root 3. Okay, this is where we are. We have to rationalize. Rationalize, remember our conjugates. We have to continue with that. So now, rationalizing, I have 12 root 5 plus 20 root 3 over 12 root 5 plus 20 root 3. Now, 14 times 12, I want to multiply. 14 times 12 will give me 168. I have 168 root 5. 14 times 20. I have 14 times 20 here will give me plus 280 root 3. Now, minus comes in. 16 root 15 times 12 root 5. 16 times 12 first. 16 times 12 first. We have 192. 192 root 15 times 5. 15 times 5 will give me 75. Done the first one. Minus, plus, give me minus. 16 times 20 is 16 times 20 is 320. Root 15 times 3, 45. All over 12 root 5 times 12 root 5. 144 times 5. Okay, so this is 12 times 12 is 144. 144. Root 5 times root 5 is 5. 2 times 5. 12 root 5 times 20 root 3. So 12 times 21st, 12 times 21st, give us 240. So that's plus 240 root 5 times 3 is 15. The other way. Minus root 20 times 12. Root 20 times 12 is still 240. So this gives minus 240 root 3 times 5, which is 15. And finally, minus times plus here is minus 20 times 20. 20 root 3 times 20 root 3 is 400 times 3. Because 20 times 20 gives us 400. Root 3 times root 3 is 3. So now let's proceed. Now, we have 240 root 15 minus 240 root 15. This will cancel out. This will cancel out to 0. Now let's go back up. I have 168 root 5. I can simplify this further. So 75, let's break it down first. 75 here. 75 divided by 5 is 15. 5 goes here is 15. 5 goes here is 3. 3 goes here. So this one. So that's 25 times 3 for 75. So let me just keep it here. 25 times 3. So I'll take this out. Let's go on. Now I have 168 root 5 plus 280 root 3 minus 192 root 25 times 3 minus 320 root that of 45. We have 45 divided by 5. It's 9. It's 9. 9 over 1. So here we have 9 times 5. All over. Here, 144 times 5. 144 times 5 gives me 720. This 2 is 0. Minus 400 times 3. 400 times 3 gives me 1,200. Now, let's proceed. I have to, okay, one more step before I clean. Okay, now here I have 168 root 5 plus 280 root 3 minus 192 times root 25 is 5 times root 3 minus 320 times root 9 is 3 times root 5. All over 720 minus 1,200. That gives me minus 480. Minus 480. Let's clean this other side. Alright. Now, this is root 5, this is root 3, this is 5 times this, to compress them. Okay, let's proceed. 168 root 5. 168 root 5. Let's check another root 5 here, which is 320 times 3. 320 times 3 is 960. Okay, minus 960 root 5. Minus 960 root 5. I'm trying to compress it because of this side is shorter. Now this is plus 280 root 3 plus 280 root 3. 192 times 5. 192 times 5 is 960. So minus 960 root 3. Minus 960 root 3. All over minus 480. Okay, now Let's see what we're doing. Let's say 5 and 3 comes. Okay. 168 minus this will give us a minus. And this will also give us a minus. So let's proceed. 168 minus 960. 168 minus 960 is equal to minus 792. This is minus 792 root 5 minus, because I know it's still going to give us minus 280 minus 960. 280 minus 960 is minus 680 minus 680 root 3 all over minus 480. This means that this divided by this over this divided by this. So I have my minus 792 root 5 over minus 480 minus 680 root 3 over minus 480. That's what it means. This will cancel this. Now, 792 divided by 480. 792 divided by 480. It's 1.65. So I can have it 1.65 root 5 plus this divided by this. 680 divided by 480. 680 divided by 480 is 1.4. Let's just take it 1.42. 1.42 root 3. Now, they are asking us that we should leave our answer in the form of a root 5. Let's come back here. A root 5 plus b root 3. So, this is root 5, this is root 3. It means that our a is 1.65 and our b is 1.42 because 1.42 is the variable attached to root 3 as ascribed by them, and 1.65 is the variable attached to 5. So this 1.65 becomes our a and 1.42 becomes our b. Now, it may be very long, but if you follow the principles gradually, you will certainly get to the bottom of it. So let us solve just a few more exercises and see what we can get out. So let me take this out. 4 root 8 plus 3. 4 root 8 plus 3. 4 over root 8 plus 3. So here, I would like us to deal with this first. Whatever we have, then we add this. Okay, let me start with this. This 4 root 8, I rationalize it by multiplying it by root 8 over root 8. So this is 4 root 8, 4 times root 8 is 4 root 8, over root 8 times root 8 is 8. So by this, I've rationalized it plus 3 over 1. That's what it means. So we now apply fraction. Now, the LCM here is 8. 8 divided by 8 is 1 time. 1 times this is 4 root 8. Plus 1 going to 8, 8 times. 8 times 3 is 24, if I'm not mistaken. 4, 5, yes. 3, 5, 15, 3, 6, 18, 3, 7, 21, 3, 8, 24. Okay, that's 24. So our answer now becomes, I either leave it like this, or I say it is 4 root 8 over 8 plus 24 over 8. Now this is 2. I'm going to step 1. Goes there 2. So this becomes root 8 over 2 plus 24 divided by 8. 24 divided by 8 is 3. So this becomes 3. So the question 4 over root 8 plus 3 is root 8 over 2 plus 3. That is our answer. So let's quickly take another example. Okay, 10 root 2. Let's just take a simpler one. 10 over root 2. This will become irrationalized by root 2 over root 2. So this becomes 10 times root 2 is 10 root 2 over 2. Root 2 times root 2 is 2. 1 times 5, so this becomes 5 root 2. That's our answer. Let's just take more and more. 13 over 9 root 5. 13 over 9 root 5. So we multiply rationalize by root 5 over root 5. So this is 13 root 5 over 9 times root 5 times root 5 is 5. So this is 13 root 5, 9 times 5 is 45. I think we should take one more. Root 2 plus root 5 over 10. Root 2 plus root 5 over root 10. Root 2 plus root 5 over root 10. So this, by rationalization, becomes root 10 times over root 10. Yeah. So root 2 times, multiply root 2 times root 10 is root 20. Plus root 5 times root 10 is root 50. Over root 10 times root 10 is 10. So root 20 is the same thing as root 4 times 5 plus root 50 is the same thing as root 25 times 2 over 10. And this is the same thing as 4. The root of 4 is 2. 2 root 5 plus 25. The root of 25 is 5. 5 root 2 over 10. So if I have 2 root 5 plus 5 root 2 over 10, that can become 2 root 5 over 10 plus 5 root 2 over 10. 1, 5. So I have root 5 over 5 plus 2. Root 2 over 2. So this becomes the answer. So in rationalizing, it is important that we remember our conjugate. How do we deal with them? Similar sort. What sorts are said to be similar? Basic forms of sort. What level do we say the form is in its basic form? And also to know that when we talk about leave your answer in the form of A and B, whatever is the value attached to A becomes, attached to root whatever it is as A root something, that becomes your A, or B root whatever, that becomes your B in the course of your solving solutions. So with that, I think we can come to a rational conclusion. Thank you, and take care of yourself.